Hi guys. So I want to take a minute here and kind of outline my official plan for the remainder of Try 1, along with getting a little bit into my expectations of Try 2. So let's just hop in. For my online expectations for Try 1, I'm going to go through a few things, and some of these I'm mentioning just so that way they're on your radar as we are going into Try 2. Not all of them are going to apply right now because I'm only going to see you a handful of times and you guys already have all the work that you are going to get from me for Try 1, with the exception of your last test. So, first is going to be my online expectations. So, in class, I mentioned that we'd be using Zoom, and that's not going to be the case anymore. I was told about that Schoology has a similar feature. It is called Conferences. It's off to the left side of Schoology on the kind of the taskbar. And I decided to use this after playing around with it today and seeing that it has very similar functionality to Zoom. I can do a few things that I can't do in Zoom as the teacher and the administrator. Plus, you guys don't have to download anything extra if you don't have Zoom already downloaded. So, getting into my actual expectations. Just like I would expect you to be here during class time, I expect you to be present during your scheduled class time. And I'm going to outline the schedule here on the next page. I'm expecting you to, when you sign on, that you are prepared and ready to participate in whatever it is that we are doing. So, any discussion or activities that we have planned, you guys should have done the work leading into it, and you should be ready to participate in class. In terms of attendance, the way that I'll know you're there, I'm going to be taking attendance in 3 ways. So first, I did mention in class that I want you to have your video on. Obviously, this is not going to be a possibility for everybody because not everybody has a camera or has a good camera or a usable camera. But if possible, I would like your video on because, for me as a teacher, it's hard enough for me to try and teach to a room full of you guys wearing masks where I can't see your full face. It's even more difficult to just kind of talk at a void. So if I can actually see faces, it makes teaching for me a lot easier. If you can't use video, then I do expect you to at least pipe up and say something at some point during the class. This way I can see or hear that you're actually there. You don't just log in, shut off your camera, and walk away. So that's the first way I'll be taking attendance. Second is I'm going to be doing various in-class activities, whether these are discussion questions or these are whatever activities we're doing that day or whether it's a test, whatever. The fact that you are doing and participating in it tells me, okay, you're present and you are paying attention to some degree. Third, and this goes along with my last bullet point as well, I have you guys scheduled for an hour. I get you 2 hours every week. Once on either Monday or Tuesday, once on either Thursday or Friday. I'm not always going to keep you for the whole hour. Some days, yeah, I'll need you for 45 minutes, 50 minutes, 55 minutes, the whole time. Sometimes I only need you for 20 or 30 minutes. Some days I might only need you for 10, 15, or even less, just to do a simple check-in. If I go to dismiss you guys, and I see a handful of you guys that are, as I said, the black void with your camera off, still in class, and still in class for several minutes after I close everything out, that tells me, okay, you weren't there. If you weren't there to hear me dismiss you and tell you that you can go, it tells me you weren't there to begin with. Okay? So those are kind of the rough expectations for what I'm going to want done in class, which leads us into the schedule. We have the schedule broken into 2 parts, morning and afternoon. In the morning, so even before the stuff that I have here on the actual page, first thing in the morning, we do it's sort of expected that, school starts at 7:35. So for me, I'm going to be up, I'm going to be working, I'm going to be here by 7:35 doing what I need to do. You guys should be doing your individual work in the morning, getting yourself ready, making sure that you're up to date on whatever model or whatever activity we're going to be preparing to do in class. And then when time rolls around, we'll hit the schedule that's right in front of you here. The first half of the day is when we are going to be doing our in-class video conferences, where I expect everybody to be there and we'll do stuff as a class. Mondays and Thursdays, I'm going to see first, second, and third hour. And then Tuesdays and Fridays, I'm going to see fourth, fifth, and sixth. First and fourth hour, your time is from 9 to 9:55. So you guys are going to be the first class of the day for first and fourth hours. Second and fifth hour, you are from 10 to 10:55. You're the second class. And then third and sixth hour, you guys are 11 to 11:55. These are you're going to have 3 classes a day, 2 days a week, just like you do now. And we're still expecting you to do the same amount of work as you have been, essentially. But once again, more on that later. After your classes will be kind of a designated lunchtime. Noon to 1 is what we are setting aside for lunch right now. At 1 o'clock to 2:35, this is time for your individual work. So any work that was assigned in class that day, this is the time for you to work on it. Along with the fact that from 1 to 2:35, teachers will be in office hours, which means that you guys will be able to set up an appointment for us to come, or for you to come and talk to us if you need extra help, if you have lingering questions that you want to ask or didn't want to ask in front of the entire class. We'll also be answering messages and emails and anything else that you need for that time. Lastly is those Wednesdays. So if you notice, I didn't mention Wednesdays before. Wednesdays are going to be flex days, and these are going to be more individualized stuff for us to do and handle on those days. But more on this once we get into Try 2. Next, and I've kind of outlined your guys' remote responsibilities before, but I want to re-emphasize them since we are going completely online. On days where you are not in class, first of all, first and foremost, you are responsible for checking Schoology and the calendar every day. You need to know what needs to be done on a daily basis and what you need to do to be ready moving forward. I am going to make sure that there is a weekly plan similar to what I have now posted. It'll be a little bit different because I found a format that I kind of like better. Along with accurate and up-to-date due dates for all the assignments. So not just due dates, but also kind of the cutoff dates. So cutoff dates are going to tend to be when I stop taking things altogether, which will be most likely on the days of the test. Due dates are when do I expect you to have this done and ready by. Now, obviously, I know not everybody can have them done and ready by the same day, but for you to actively participate in class, you should have stuff done by a given date. Assignments, no, I already did that one. There will be roughly the same amount of work as there is right now. So once again, this is more for Try 2, but I do want to make mention of it right now. We are currently on the hybrid college model. We're still sticking with that idea for remote. So the same amount of work you have now is what you'll probably be seeing next trimester. So be ready for that. As I said earlier, make sure that your remote work is completed by the posted date. You guys should be ready for class discussions and class activities with whatever it is I assign. And as I said, there will be more defined expectations once we get into Try 2. Lastly, makeups and extra help. During this time, as you can see right now, I'm not at my home. I'm in my room. I'm at the school. We are in the building. If you need extra help or accommodations or makeups, we just need you to schedule a time to do it. So if you need to come in and say, make up a test that you missed, set up a time to come in. There's going to be nobody here but you and I, maybe one other person, to take that missing test with me. If you need extra help, or if you need to see a parapro or whoever else, let me know and we can set something up. I'll be putting out forms and stuff that you guys will need to fill out to be able to do this. But we will be here to help you guys. And lastly, if you are specifically in need of technology, we are doing a technology checkout on Friday of this week. So you'll be able to get a Chromebook if you need one. So that's all I have for expectations. Before I let you guys go, I want to talk about what the plan is. Okay? So for biology, for the remainder of the time, our goals is to, number one, prepare for the test that's going to be on Monday and Tuesday, and then to take said test. So I'm only going to show you guys the first hour page. The 5th hour and 6th hour pages look identical because it's the same thing. On the day of your conference, so on the day that you see me, Thursday, Monday for 1st hour, Friday, Tuesday for 5th and 6th. I'm going to go through kind of the remainder of the expectations for try one, including what we're going to be doing for the test. Yes, I know that is on everybody's mind. How are we going to be doing this? And I want to go through the study guide that I have posted. So you should have the study guide ready and done when you come in, along with any questions that you guys have. On your own, so during your remote time, finish any remaining ed puzzles or any other missing work, along with finishing the study guide and finishing the quiz reflection. This is all due by Tuesday of next week. I'm not taking anything after the 24th. Once we hit Tuesday, 7 p.m., I'm done taking work. Because after that, I'm going to be in grading mode. Monday and Tuesday of next week will be the unit test. We will go over what my plan for this is tomorrow and Friday. But you are going to be taking the test Monday, Tuesday. After that, enjoy your break, and I will see you guys when you come back. Or most of you, at least. All right? Stay safe. I'll see you guys soon.